Good morning children. Welcome to Social Studies tutorial. I hope you are doing well during this COVID-19 pandemic. Today we are going to learn second chapter of geography, land, soil and water resources. So students, while talking about these three important natural resources, it is very mandatory for us just to learn about resources, that what exactly resources are. Though we have learned in the last chapter, but again just to make it easy for understanding this chapter, let's recall the definition of resources. So resources refers to anything which can be used to satisfy human wants. So what the resources can be defined as anything which can be used to satisfy human wants. Now what we conclude, that it includes the things. What it includes? It includes the things which are available. Things which are available in nature. Things which are available in nature and can be used directly. On the other hand, the things which humans transform, into different materials to satisfy their need. By using an appropriate technology and skills. So students, let's recall the concept of resources, that resources can be defined as anything which can be used to satisfy human wants. This includes the things which are available in the nature and can be used directly. And the second is the things which humans transform into different materials to satisfy their needs by using an appropriate technology and skills. Now, let's understand land resources. Here we are going to talk about land resources, which is an important resource. Land resources. So students, as you all know that the 30% of the surface of the earth, 30% of the surface of the earth land makes, and the rest is covered up. The rest is covered up by oceans and sea. The rest is by oceans and sea. So what exactly there is means the land resources are of, there are the different types of, there are different types of forms of the lands there are, because the rest is even like some of the part of the land resources are not are not utilized, or these are uninhabited, because these are there dense forest or the plateaus or so on. So these are not utilized. So what exactly now, let's learn about the lands classification, that the classification of land. Classification of land resources or classification of land. So students, we can classify the land on different bases. The first basis of relief. Relief, that means basis of, on the basis of relief. On the basis of relief, a land can be a plateau, a plateau, and your plains, and mountains. Then the second one is on the basis of their fertility, on the basis of fertility. See, on the basis of fertility, that a land is a fertile or barren land. Fertile land which has appropriate nutrients just for like growing the plants or the crops or so on, whereas a barren land refers to the land which has less than 1/3 of any of the cover, that is called barren land. Then the land can be classified on the basis of development. On the basis of development. On the basis of development, a land can be rural or urban. Rural land or urban land. If like rural land is just opposite to urban land, having less population density and less resources or the facilities. On the other hand, urban land refers to the land which is surrounding a city, having more population density and resources or facilities in the reference of development. Then the next one is of your on the basis of ownership. Here we are talking about ownership. So a land can be of two types on the basis of ownership. The first one is private. Private land or community land. Private land or community land. When the land is owned by an individual or a particular person, then it is called a private land. For example, your house, your farm is a good example of private land. Whereas the land which is utilized by the community or a group of people, for example temple, public park or so on, these are the good examples of community land. Then the land can be classified on the basis of its uses. So uses, a land can be of arable land. Arable land, like where we can do the agriculture or the land which is suitable for growing crops. Then a pasture land, what which is quite suitable for grazing the cattle. Then there is a fallow land. What the fallow land is? The land which can be cultivated but has been left for unused for the season. That is fallow land. Then cultivable waste. Cultivable waste, though the land is utilized but has been left unused just for more than 5 years, and the next is last is non-agricultural land. So this was the classification of the land. So students, what we have learned today, that resources can be defined as anything which can be used to satisfy human wants, and this includes the things which are available in the nature and can be directly utilized to satisfy human wants, and the things which are transformed by the humans to satisfy their needs by using an appropriate technology or skills. Only 30% land is available because the rest is covered up by oceans and seas. The land can be into its different forms, and with 90% of the world's habitation is just occupied by 90% of the population, world's population lives in 30% of the land. Then the next is your classification of land, that the land can be classified on different bases. The first basis is that on the basis of relief. On the basis of relief, the land can be divided or classified in 3 categories, that is plateau, plains and mountains. Then the next is on the basis of fertility, soil fertility, that the land can be classified into 2 subcategories, that is the fertile land or the barren land. Fertile land which has an appropriate amount of nutrients which supports or which contribute in the good production of crops, whereas barren land refers to the land which has less than 1/3 of any of the cover. The next one is of the land is classified on the basis of development, and there are 2 types of land, rural land and urban land. Rural land refers to the land which has less population density and very less facilities in terms of infrastructure. On the other hand, urban land refers to the city or the land surrounding a city having a dense population and dense population along with the more facilities in terms of their infrastructure. The next is ownership. On the basis of ownership, land can be classified into 2 categories: private and community land. Private land is owned by a particular individual or a particular person, for example our house or our farm or so on, whereas community land refers to the land which is utilized by a group of people or by a particular community, say your public park, temple or so on. Then the last one is of your on the basis of the uses we put it. So the land can be classified into further, that is arable, that means the land can be utilized for or these land which is suitable for their crop production, then the pasture land which is suitable for grazing the cattle, and the next is fallow land which has been left unused for the season, and the cultivable waste, though the land is cultivable but somehow it lying fallow for more than 5 years, and the last one is non-agricultural land. So students, I hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you. Will learn the next content of this chapter, land uses and land degradation, in our next video. Till the time, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.